Welcome back to the news at 10. Let's cross over to our sports studios now, where Kayode Alayonde is standing by.
Thank you, Harriet, and welcome to Sports News. Seven-time champions Enyimba grabbed a late goal to hold MFM to a 1-1 draw in a Nigeria Professional Football League clash at the UJ Eswena Stadium in Calabar. MFM looked to be heading for a surprise win when they took the lead on 23 minutes through Stephen Ode with his 8th goal of the season. But in the 85th minute, Ibrahim Mustafa made a sure Enyimba avoided a second straight defeat as he made it 1-1. With this result, Enyimba are 11th on the table with 15 points, while MFM remained on 5th position with 20 points.
But the approach here, very intelligent that was. He didn't know if it were going to his left or to his right. But brilliant. The flick was from
in England, Manchester City are through to the semi-finals of the English FA Cup. David Silva and Sergio Aguero scored in each half as City became the first team to reach the last four with a 2-0 win at Premier League rivals Middlesbrough. Arsenal puts behind the disappointment of their Champions League exit on Tuesday to qualify for the last four with goals from Theo Walcott, Olivier Giroud, Alexis Sanchez and Aaron Ramsey. Back in Africa, Mali could be thrown out of the 2018 World Cup qualifying competition after the government sacked the board of the country's football federation. The West Africans are scheduled to play Morocco, Cote d'Ivoire and Gabon this year. World Football Governing Body FIFA does not permit government interference in the sport, resulting in a number of African countries being banned previously. Despite the threats, the Malian Sport Ministry remained defiant, saying they want to end persistent crisis in football. Davis Cup matches are set to be played as best of 3 sets instead of 5 in future as part of reforms endorsed by the International Tennis Federation ITF. The ITF said a meeting of its board of directors in Indian Wells had unanimously backed reforms for both the Davis Cup and the Fed Cup. The recommendations will be put to the ITF's annual meeting in Vietnam in August, with all changes requiring a formal vote of approval. Leading players have called for changes to streamline the format of a team tournament run throughout the year. And that's all on Sports News. Harriet is back in just a moment. Stay with us.
At least 41 people have been killed and dozens others wounded in an attack by 2 suicide bombers today at a bus station near the city of Damascus. According to reports, the attack targeted buses transporting Shiite pilgrims to the Bab al-Thigha cemetery. No group has claimed responsibility for the attack. Barely 24 hours after South Korean President Park Geun-hye was forced out of office, thousands of protesters stormed the streets of Seoul, calling for her arrest. Ms. Park was forced from office on Friday after judges unanimously upheld Parliament's decision to impeach her over her role in a corruption scandal involving a close friend, Choi Soon-sil. Despite the ruling, she remains inside her presidential compound. The ousted leader is yet to make any comments since the judgment. Meanwhile, the country's election commission announced a free and fair vote to be held on May the 9th at the latest. A U.S. Vice President Mike Pence is in Louisville, Kentucky, to campaign for the new health care reform of the Trump administration. According to Pence, Obamacare has failed the people of Kentucky and so must be done away with. He promised the new health care program would give the people more flexibility and meet the needs of the vulnerable. The Republicans' plan to overhaul the American healthcare system cleared its first hurdle in Congress on Thursday, but its chances for passage look uncertain, with top Republicans scrambling to bring disgruntled conservatives aboard. And finally, tonight, winners have emerged in different categories at the 5th Vanguard Personality of the Year Awards ceremony. The event in Lagos today saw former military head of state, General Yakubu Gowon, and elder statesman, Chief Emeka Anyoko, Chief Edwin Clark, Alhaji Isa Funtua, Alhaji Bamanga Tukuru, Cardinal Anthony Olubimi Okoje, bankers Chief Pascal Doze and Herbert Wigwe received the Lifetime Achievement Awards. The CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele bagged the Personality of the Year Award, while industrialist Captain Idahosa Okumbo was named the Businessman of the Year. And the main news again. The United Nations today insisted that famine looms in Nigeria's northern region as about 8 million people are likely to suffer hunger by 2020, with 4.5 million needing urgent food assistance. And that's it on the news at 10. Many thanks for staying with us. I'm Harriet Agbin. Have a great night and a greater weekend.